What is the supplemental register? There are actually two registers of trademarks maintained by the USPTO. The primary one is called the principal register, and that is for the large majority of trademarks that are stronger and entitled to the full protection, let's say. The supplemental register is offered to some marks that aren't eligible for the principal register because they are weaker. Generally, this means that they are either descriptive or they are ornamental. Descriptive means that they're composed entirely of words that are common in the industry and used by competitors. And ornamental mark means that it's used not in a way that would really indicate the source of the product or service on a tag or a label, but used perhaps on the front of a piece of clothing or in some other way that is, again, a more ornamental design rather than showing the brand that produced the product. These marks are eligible on the supplemental register, which still gives them the ability to use the R with a circle and still allows them to show up in searches that are conducted of the USPTO records. However, they don't get all of the same benefits that a principal register trademark gets, and they don't get all of the same presumptions in a dispute or a lawsuit that the principal register trademarks would get. That said, while it's clearly not an ideal registration, it's not as strong or as good as the principal register. If the supplemental register is all you can get as a brand owner, generally the supplemental register is better than nothing. There's very, very few circumstances where I would not advise a client to accept the supplemental register if that was the only opportunity there was now to register the mark. And if you're on the supplemental register for descriptiveness, you can come back later and reapply and try to get on the principal register if the mark has acquired distinctiveness. Generally, for a descriptive mark, that's going to require 5 or more years of use, and it may depend on how descriptive the mark is, but there is some opportunity in the future that you may be able to strengthen the mark over time, even if it starts out on the supplemental register.